G'day racing fans and sports fans alike. Now I'm sure like me it's been a month full of sweet bugger all happening over in your neck of the woods, and at this stage I'm up for pretty much whatever there is to offer in regards to some competitive sports action. So from my armchair to yours, let's cross live now to our racing commentators for today, Dickie Cheese and Andre Arshaven. Yes, g'day Dick, this is sure to be a cracker of an event. Tell us what we have in store today.
Yes, pleasure to be here with you, Andre, and I cannot express my excitement to be calling the 2020 Off-Road Downhill Pedal Car CoV19 Championships. The rules cannot be simpler.
Dick, you knob. You're reading that off the sheet. It's the year 2020, not the 2020. It's actually the first one. Sorry about that. Carry on, my friend.
Right you are. Okay, so the rules cannot be simpler. Qualify. The racers need to be 6 years and under, weigh under 30 kilograms, and have the explicit consent from their parents to participate. They must also reside together, if not maintain a distance of 1.5 meters, not to have a fever or cough, and cannot have been overseas or been in close contact with anyone from overseas in the last 30 days. If racers have been on a cruise ship or had close contact with anyone from a cruise ship in the last 30 days, automatic disqualification. I'd say from my experience, downhill pedal car racing is 90% mental, the other half is physical. What would you say to that, Andre?
Well, Dickie, I'd say you must be giving it about 180% there, mate. It's either that or your maths needs a bit of work.
Are you suggesting I need a bit of the old homeschooling during the lockdown, Andre?
Mate, all I'm going to say is I think maths is only one area you need to focus on.
Right there, Andre. Now can I just say this, without a doubt in my mind, one would think that downhill pedal car racing would have to be somewhere in the top 100 sports during the COVID-19 lockdown.
Well, Dickie, I'd love to agree with you, mate, but let's face it, the sport is up against some giants within the lockdown arena. We're talking Monopoly, Jenga, foosball, table tennis for Christ's sake. And did I mention totem tennis and dog walking?
Yeah, mate, you've got a point there. Tell you what, let's agree on one thing, and that is the sport of off-road downhill pedal car racing is a legitimate sport.
Oh, absolutely, bro. You and I both have the scores on our knees to prove it. It's time now to cross to our ground commentator, Steve Schatz. Are you there, Schatzy?
Yeah, g'day guys, Steve Schatz here. I've just been chatting with race legend Woody Held, and he reckons the track is holding up firmly, so it should be a good race today.
Now, in order to achieve a fast run, the drivers need to navigate through four vastly different sections of track, the first being the start, and they really do have to put the pedal to the metal. Similar to the Winter Olympic sports of luge and toboggan, a bad start here can seriously affect the time at the bottom of the hill. Speed at the start will also aid as the racer hits the second section of track, a steep descent that requires good eye-hand coordination before hitting section 3, the most technical section of track, involving 15 metres of flat road followed by a small gully, before hitting the final straight and the fastest section of track. These guys are going faster than the speed of walking.
Excellent stuff there, Shatsy. Now let's cross over to Dan Papa McGrath down there at pit lane talking to our races.
Yeah, cheers guys. Dan Papa McGrath here down at Race Hill, and I've got one of our finalists here with me. It's Amans Derriere. Amans, welcome to the show. He's a bit of a character. Now, Amans, you have had an interesting lead up to qualifying. Tell us how you've been preparing for the race.
Meow.
So there you go. And you've actually recorded some really, really great times during qualifying. Do you think you can go faster during the finals?
Mm-mm.
So is that a no?
Yeah.
You can go faster.
Mm-hmm.
He can go fast, ladies and gentlemen. That is incredible stuff. So if you've got your money on Amans today, he's quietly confident. What are the track conditions like in your opinion for the big race? So there you have it, an exclusive. Now I'm just trying to track down Jojo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. This is Jojo Deja Vu. Now, Jojo, this is your rookie season, but unbelievably, did you ever imagine that you'd find yourself in the finals?
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. I mean, you are just sensational. This guy in his rookie season has done more than what guys who have done a whole career have managed to achieve. Now, what would you say to your fans out there who are aspiring, the young aspiring guys and girls out there who dream of perhaps one day being a successful sports person like yourself?
Hello.
You'd say hello. So hello to all of you out there. Now, we've got a couple of tweets that have come through from your fans. They want to know, Jojo, what's your favourite food?
Pizza.
Pizza. And do you get scared when you're going so fast down the hill?
Nah.
There you go. A brave, brave man. So we're just about ready to get set. Jojo, just want to wish you the best of luck, mate, and we'll see you out there. Cheers.
Thanks.
There you go, folks. Back to you at the studio. Thanks, Dan. Well, the stage is set, and as you've just heard, the drivers are ready to make this a race for the record books during the sporting drought that is the 2020 coronavirus.
Yes, it's been a bit shite for a lot of people, but I'm sure that if we all keep doing the right thing and practice good hygiene and social distancing, we'll beat this bastard of a bug. And we'll be back to normal and not have to succumb to watching this absolute rubbish that we're about to witness.
We'll be right back for the race start after this short break from our YouTube sponsors. Yes, welcome back, and here we are set for the green light. A-Man's at the starting line, and here we go. We cross live with Dickie Cheese and Andre Arshaven for the call. Take it away.
Here we go, 3, 2, 1, it's go, go, go. A-Man's away cleanly after avoiding a near stick to the eye there from the race official, pedaling hard to get his car off the line, masterfully avoiding any wheel spin for a maximum acceleration.
It looks like there may be an issue of some sort. The race start official is running off the A-Man's. Hopefully we can get an insight as to what is going on there.
And guys, it's Steve Schatz here down trackside. It appears that there's no issue. The official appears to be simply caught up in the moment. It's simply going nuts over the fact that it's the final race. Not professional, but under the circumstances, understandable. But A-Man's appears to be taking a lot of time to get through the small run at the halfway mark. This is costing him a lot of time. Apologies for the poor quality footage. Budgets are tight and camera gear is simply not cheap. But it appears that A-Man's is now through and hitting the home straight. Let's see what the time is. And 46.80 seconds, and oh bloody hell!
It's the rookie's time to shine, and pressure cannot be greater. With a time of 46.80 to beat, this is Jojo Deja Vu's time to prove he has what it takes and join the big boys and stamp his name in the league. 3, 2, 1, go! Come on, boy!
Yes, and he's pedalling faster than a handbag going from the bench top down at Belmont Forum, and he's 0.3 seconds up from A-Man's off the start.
Yes, Deja Vu expertly throwing his car slightly sideways. Excellent placement of his legs to maintain his balance as he hits the second section, and look at that skill as he regains control. He's showing sensational driving ability, but he needs to get through the next technical section of track without losing time as we cross now to Crapcam, and there it is.
Yes, absolutely rubbish quality of camera gear there yet again, but from what I can see, he is through that section faster than a $5 lappy down in Northbridge.
This is a remarkable run. He's half a second up on the final straight, and this race looks over faster than this year's AFL season. Jojo Deja Vu crosses the line with a time of 45.73 seconds, beating A-Man's Derriere by 1.07 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 off-road downhill pedal car champion is Jojo Deja Vu. Thanks, guys. Well, I'm down here on the podium, and we have our man for the day, Mr. Jojo Deja Vu. How was that, mate?
Great.
That was an incredible time, and you got through all 3 sections in a new personal best. So not only podium position, but a personal best. What have you got to say to that?
Great.
Well, mate, we'll be doing the trophy ceremony very shortly, but I just wanted to say congratulations. So your rookie season, you've finished on top and retiring. So well done and congratulations. What do you got to say to that?
Great.
Great, great, great. Now let's cross over now to our second place getter, A-Man's Derriere. That was a fantastic race. A-Man's unfortunately today coming up second place, but it was a great time that you scored, and we loved it, enjoying the tension there was, because we got to say, when I saw you go down that hill, I didn't think anyone was going to go faster. Any problems with the car, or what was the go there?
It was amazing.
Excellent. And I'm glad that you had a good time. Fantastic career that you've had. You've won 3 trophies in your career and, well, a lot of memories, mate. What are you going to be getting into? What sport do you think you'll be going into once you turn 7?
I'll be racing down the fastest mountain ever.
Wow. So keep your eyes open for A-Man's derriere. Thank you very much. Let's cross now to the trophy ceremony. Jojo, I present you with your cup. Congratulations. You happy? Excellent. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of Epic Drives Western Australia. Thanks for watching. Obviously, it's a complete departure from what I normally do, but we're stuck in isolation like everybody else, so had to do something to help pass the time. But it looks like the border restrictions are being lifted, so I'll be planning a 4-wheel drive trip, and if you're interested in coming, drop me a comment, because as soon as we can, I'm super keen to get stuck back into travelling around Western Australia and making some more content. So I hope to see you again really soon on the next Epic Drives in Western Australia. I'm Dan, catch ya.